Hello friends, welcome to this channel, Center of Excellence Pharma 4. We are having a podcast. This is the 97th podcast where I am going to discuss about the NextGen Pharma chain, how digital twins are going to drive and how data is going to lead to the achievements of operational and business excellence. Before starting this episode, I just wanted to give you a brief background about our company, our focus, our passion. We have designed a concept, Center of Excellence Pharma 4. Dr. Jayan Joshi has designed this concept with an objective of utilizing various emerging technologies like cloud, artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, blockchain, robotic, chatbot, and how these technologies are going to contribute in achieving excellence by solving the pharma industry's problems and challenges. With this objective, we have designed a lot of content which is available onto our website, respa.com. A course on smart manufacturing in pharma. It's a design which is available on Udemy platform. This course has got 20 modules, and as a user you can pick and choose the module of your interest and then go on extending to the other modules to cover the complete smart manufacturing in pharma. Our YouTube channel was launched about 5 years back, and it has got more than 360 videos starting from business strategies, emerging technologies, challenges into pharma industry with mainly focus on to digital supply chain management and going up to the systems audits validations. Podcast channel which you are listening right now is the 97th episode, and we have covered up lot of areas that is the new challenges which are coming up into the industry as well as the latest technologies developments. Do listen to them, share your feedback, comment, and share with your colleagues also. Our Amazon book series has got now 8 books which are shown over here. I'm sure these books also will be very useful. These books are available on both Kindle as well as paperback. So, with this introduction, let's go to the agenda. I'm going to have a brief introduction and then want to discuss about how digital twins will shape up the future of digital pharma supply chain management, how it will contribute it in process optimization and predictive simulation, how this will help in enhancing the quality control and regulatory compliances, the contribution to building up a resilient and agile, so flexible supply chain management, the technology foundation and the path forward, along with some conclusions. As an introduction, artificial intelligence agents are getting developed mainly to the pharma supply chain management to address the immediate process bottlenecks, like the disruptions which are likely to happen into entire supply chain management. So the ultimate vision is over here is how digital twin technologies can contribute it. It will help in building up a dynamic virtual replica about the physical supply chain, which will give you the idea how you can really progress onto adoption of this digital twin to take a necessary corrective action. So this includes actually the various assets at the manufacturing and digital supply chain, also covers up the processes, and then the logistic movement. The real time data integration is a big challenge, and that will help by creating a model along with a digital twin, which will help in simulation, analysis, prediction, and optimization about the various resources which are going to be consumed into the supply chain management. This will also revolutionize the industry standards and help in enhancing the efficiency, resilience, and quality. The market growth is expected to be around 300 million by 2025, and it is going to be having a significant growth in the near future. So there is a comprehensive visibility and traceability by adoption of digital twins. So I'm going to discuss it in a briefly. The end-to-end tracking, which is very important, and this will be created by a unique digital identity for each product and a badge. And this allows the stakeholders to trace the product, its journey from its life cycle. It's basically from the raw material or packing material stage to the quality results, to the issues to the manufacturing area, and then going up to the entire manufacturing process, warehouse, distribution, logistic, reaching to the customer. This will actually combat the counterfeit market and prevents a mix-up also. Now, when we are talking about this digital supply chain management, which is going to get compared with the old analog systems, the analog systems were basically based onto the silos based. Now we are really looking moving to the digitization, complete seamless data sharing and all. This is what it is breaking down the silos. And this where it integrates the data from all various systems. So there won't be any isolated system, and it creates and gets connected to a trustworthy network. Now it is getting integrated with all the various stakeholders who are going to use this data for their decision making and all. And this leads to a good communication and then the data access to all participants and all. This helps in creating a comprehensive visibility and traceability, which is what is required or a holistic approach to take a necessary corrective decision by data driven decision making. So it tracks from raw material to the patient's delivery. So what are the core challenges? The core challenges into the pharma supply chain system, as we discussed last time, is about the data fragmentation. The old systems were analog systems, it was the silos based and all. It was not having the transparency which is expected into the digital supply chain management, and it was into the operational silos. Now, this is where the role of digital twin technology comes up actually. It addresses the data fragmentation, it has the data integrity, it improves the transparency, and it reduces the operational silos and moves to a seamless data sharing, which is what is a big advantage. So thinking about the scenarios modeling now when we are really looking from moving from analog to digital, we have to change our the models which were really working. So earlier it was into the different scenarios like demand planning, logistic, the procurement plan, and all that. Now we are really looking for a new model which is going to get integrated and all, which conducts the various simulations without real world risk actually. So you can identify how that stage data or a process data can help to get integrated with the next stage or earlier stage integrations and all, and points it out with AI-based solution can tell you or guide you what decisions you should really take it up and all that. So it is more of a proactive identification. No, it will identify the bottlenecks into the process, bottlenecks into the supply chain, bottlenecks into the manufacturing system, bottlenecks into the distribution, logistic, or what we call it is the uh, uh, distribution, resource planning systems, and all that. So this is what is the identification, and these are the various scenarios the systems can build up along with the digital twin and all. And we'll have a practical applications to design and decide how those assets which are there can improve and optimize the processes and all that. So that is what is the whole objective. What do you think? The areas which can also the new technologies can contribute is like predictive maintenance, which is also going to be a very important thing because manufacturing systems depends upon the equipment. We have to maintain all those equipments into uh, good working conditions, should deliver the quality products and all. So those equipment monitoring plays an important role, and this predictive maintenance will track the performance continuously, and it will identify if there is a possibility of potential failure in an early stage, so that now you can take those corrective action which will reduce the costly downtime and extend the equipment lifetime and all that. So even you can expect it can reduce by almost 20% reduction onto unplanned downtime, or 15% decrease into the maintenance cost, like that and all. Then another thing is virtual living lab. No, as I was mentioning to you earlier, the digital lab twin is a concept where no, it enables the testing about the experimentations onto the virtual environment about your manufacturing system, your complete process, and how those processes will be visualized into the lab. No, and if there are possible disruptions, it will identify those potential issues before they occur and all, and that can help you to take a necessary corrective actions at the manufacturing stage or physical level actually, and that improves the supply chain efficiency and reduces the costs actually. Now this simulation plays a very important role, and this virtual living labs creation helps you to reduce the disruptions and have a seamless data sharing and decision making with predictive analytics and all that actually. So that's the main benefit. It also helps in proactive quality assurance. No? With proactive quality assurance also it helps to identify if there are any possibilities of deviations into quality standards and all that. So it allows immediate corrective action, maybe adjusting about the process parameters or process flows or something like that. And then that reduces any future possibilities of product recalls. So that's a big advantage if you look at it from the manufacturing point of view or the quality point of view, or building up a good confidence with the patients and customers and all that stuff. Then it's also streamlined the compliance issues. So now when you are now looking for data tracking or data integrations and all, it provides a detailed, complete, transparent audit trail. As I mentioned earlier, from issue of the material to the product delivered to the patients or a customer. The complete tracking is really required. And now there is a Drug Supply Chain Security Act is there. It can follow and support all those documentation required from a regulatory point of view and all that. So this also provides easy access to the certifications or the regulatory documentations and all that. Building up a resilient and agile supply chain is a main advantage. Digital twins can contribute it in empowering the companies to build a robust digital supply chain management. So at present, there could be a possible disruption scenarios. Those will be identified at a lab level, and those can be actually rolled it out at a manufacturing or a shop floor level and all those. So identifying those vulnerabilities, it could be supply delays, it could be any natural disasters or something. Those it will design contingency plans which will implement it, which will offer not only the product but a good quality product with a good parameters also. So this is what is there. Now, when we are thinking about developing this digital twin along with in the lab or something like that, IoT can contribute a lot actually. This integration digital twin with other technologies is IoT can really take up the data with their sensors to capture the parameters, process parameters, and feed it into the system. So, a role of IoT, that Internet of Things, plays a very important role. There could be sensors, temperature, pressures, volume, or something like that, quantity, or it could also get integrated with RFID tag and all that. So linking all this with physical parameters and virtual counterparts plays an important role. So this can help in building up a digital twin. So and a role of artificial intelligence and machine learning is also very important because these are the core technologies. As we go on building up a huge amount of data, big data, and all that, analyzing this data and using it for a predictive analytics, whether it's for demand forecasting, demand planning, or whether it may be a quality process parameters, or it may be, using it into the cloud based solutions system, or it can go to the cold chain also. So these are the various things where AI and ML can really contribute it. So whenever there are any complex simulations which are really required to adopt to this, this plays a very important role. And that leads to the data driven decision making system. So you will have a better real time data available to have a informed decision making and all that sort of a thing. As I mentioned earlier, we are also using blockchain for building up a transparency, which is gives you a secure and a tamper-proof ledger system, and ensures the transparency into all transactions. From movement from material to production to warehouse to logistic to the patients and all, and tracking of the transaction becomes very easy into the entire supply chain management and all. And what we are finding it out, there is a rising adoption because most of the companies have now realized uh, of adoption of these various emerging technologies like cloud, IoT, AI, and along with the blockchain. And this is giving a lot of advantages. So, with this brief introduction, I think I'm coming to a conclusion where I discuss about the adoption of these technologies. And a lot of big pharma companies are now early adopters, and you can also see their experiences and the success stories and all, and how it helps them to into the data integration, cyber security, and what are the challenges, hiring the good new talents to implement the system, and what they visualize is about the future impact. Future impact is going to be helping them to develop the competitiveness and enhance the sustainability and improve the reliability about the supply chain. So, with this conclusion, I think I will come to my end of this presentation with the episode. I do request and suggest all of you to again refer to our digital infrastructure what we have already created with Udemy, YouTube, podcast, and with the books. I'm sure it will help you to to develop your career. At the same time, help the companies to move to Pharma 4 with digital transformation and achieving the Pharma 4 requirements. Okay, thank you. Bye.